revealed the whole universe to him, then
I don't think he was angry at God.
he was wavering, I think.
No, because like he kept his faith strong through the story, unless I misinterpret. Like the only person who was wavering was his wife.
Yeah, and his friends around him.
So he stood strong to the end?
He stood strong to the end, and then that's why God blessed him and multiplied everything that he had.
And he got his kids back, his 10 kids.
Well, no, he didn't get his kids back. He got
He got his kids, Abraham.
But there's even a revelation about Job's story, and if anybody will read it again, you will see something. I thought somebody was going to pick it up. Job's test wasn't supposed to last that longer.
Yeah.
Read it very well, you will see.
Every time he passed, the devil came back and said, well, what if I did this to him? Then he surely will break. And then God just kept allowing him to continue.
Yeah, because if you get to focus on verse 32 going, his test could have been very short. But every time he presented himself before God, he presented himself righteous before God. Until one day, Job was speaking, and his friends, one of them called Etuhu, the youngest, started insulting Job. He said, Job, I thought you guys were wise. I thought wisdom was with the old age, but now I've come to find out that even me, I can correct you. And he started rebuking Job concerning how he feels. Oh Lord, I clean my hands. I've not taken somebody's wife. I've not this self-righteousness. So after the guy rebuked Job and all the friends, then God came and God also supported the guy who rebuked Job. And that's why God started saying, when I made this, he started revealing his righteousness to Job. So do you know how Job got recovered? Right there, Job said, oh Lord, I'm sorry, I'm just a man with an unclean lips. And I've come to know I'm just a dust. Immediately he humbled himself. God started restoring him. Why is this story very important? Whenever you go, I was going to ask the question before I answer it. So let me ask, and I know the person I want to ask. Is it okay?
Yes, it's okay.
So I want to ask Yao a question. Yeah, so if you go through storms or you go through something, what do you think, based on the movie and the word of God you have studied, what do you think? What should you do?
I do think you should continue trusting in God, because everything has to pay for us. Because through the movie, when God plays the man in such situation, it kind of helps him boost his force of God. His faith and also trust in God.
Awesome. So we trust in God. You're going to handle your thing. So handle your thing, but remember Job's story. Humility is when you always make God your righteousness. It's not when you stand before God and start saying the things I did. Oh, I gave this. I paid my tithe. I am this. I'm righteous. That is what kept Job till verse 32. Job's situation would have been done at verse 16. But he went longer, and God even rebuked him after the guy rebuked him. And God really spoke. Right after that, then he repented. You see, he thought he was righteous, but now he repented. I love that verse. And right there, God restored him.
Also, one last part I want to talk about. So the movie is based on a true story, right? But I watched an interview or a documentary, not a documentary, basically an interview about the kid who this movie is based on. He came out about 10 years later, and then he said whatever he saw as a kid, it wasn't true. He came out again and he was like,
Eventually, he got out of it.
yeah. He came out of the faith that he was like, whatever he saw, basically the movie he's saying is not true. So what do you think about that, Pastor?
All right, awesome.
I also think that if you reach a point where God really reveals himself to you and you deny it, it's also something that makes it now impossible to come back to God, because God has really revealed. For example, let's say Lucifer, he was in heaven, he saw the glory of God, he saw everything of God, but still he was able to fall away. He wasn't close to God, but he was in the heaven, like closer. He saw everything, the power of God, but still his mind still convinced him into what he wanted. So even if God truly reveals himself, it's still up to us to place our faith and our trust in him, because we can still fall away. So
I kind of don't fully agree with that, because like it's been shown in the Bible time and time again where people lose faith or trust in God and His Word, but He's still there for them. He just waits for them to see the situation as it is and call upon Him once more, and then He accepts them openly. So yeah, that's my only disagreement with you on that. So I feel like the kid may be lost now, but like if you ever decide to come back to God will welcome him back.
So the real answer to